Hi, it's me again, and I wasn't gonna talk about the ULEZ thing on here because it's not that relevant to us, is it? It does wind me up a bit much, but I actually think it is very relevant to us because as taxes on the common person goes, it's right up there on a level of ridiculousness with the telly license, isn't it? It's one of the most ridiculous taxes on the common person there is. The more you look at it, the more it's, how are they getting away with this with the common person? I have no idea. No idea at all. I got a few things that I've thought about. I thought we could just chat about on this lovely day in the park. It's nice down here, isn't it? There was a big thing down here on the weekend. Some barbecue, fire and something festival. I don't know. I wasn't here, I don't live here. But it's not an inflatable day today, look. Loads of inflatables in there. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. Tough life being a kid. Yeah, so I found these things. Have a look, it's just the first one I found. So this is just the map of the ULEZ as it started, look. So it's been a fast expansion. I mean, governments don't work this fast, do they? I mean, look at that. Look at that. In 19, there's a tiny little area. And then yesterday, look at the size of it. It's encroaching on me now in sunny Essex. £12.50 a day. And what brought me about to really thinking about this today was I was on Facebook earlier having a chat with some people in one of the groups I'm in, and someone's got a 54 plate, so it's late 2004, isn't it? The Smart, the two-seater Smart, and it's not ULEZ compliant. Now you'd think a little econo box like that would be, but then you got people posting like screenshots of their ridiculous cars that are ULEZ compliant. None of it makes any sense to me. I don't know, maybe you can help with that. There's one I've had to buy recently because the ULEZ don't affect me that much. I don't really drive in London. But I had to get one of these. This is the French Critic Air sticker because I do drive in Europe a bit, and if you want to go anywhere in Europe, you've got to go through the what's the word? Yeah, the country that is France. So you have to get one of these for your car. Now, luckily, I'm in quite the little bath I've got is quite a clean little car, but you can't go anywhere. And what they're doing with these is, it's not like a standard fee. It only costs like a couple of quid to get the sticker for your car. But to go round any of the major cities, any of the major ring roads, which you need to do if you want to go anywhere in Europe by car, you have to get one of these stickers. And then what they're going to be able to do is stop, say, if they're having a bad air pollution day or something, they can stop sixes from using the ring road, the equivalent of the M25 around Paris or something. Stop fives doing it, only allow ones in. And this is it's not just Paris, it's a lot of cities. It's what's coming to us in a slightly different way. But ULEZ it's going to be every major city in the country. Every major city in the country. And this bit made me laugh as well, because a lot of people a few years ago come out of their diesel cars at great expense and started buying hybrid cars. Look. Are hybrid cars exempt from ULEZ? Hybrid cars do not follow the same rules. Electric cars, blah blah, because all electric cars are exempt. Some older models of the Prius may have to pay. A lot of minicabs in London that are old Priuses, they might have to pay. But then thinking of that, right, your van that was made before 2015, if you're a self-employed contractor or something, that's really who it's hit. Oh, the tide's in today. Oh, there's a tour boat as well, look at that. You could go on that, I think it's 10 quid. But, yeah, where was I? Your van, if you're like a self-employed contractor, if it was made generally before 2015, 12 quid a day to you, sir, I'm afraid, or madam, obviously. But London cabbies, no, they're all right. They're all right. They get an exemption on that, even though they've got smoky old diesel engines in it. The whole thing, it doesn't make any sense. Let's see, look, London taxis up to 15 years old are exempt. And they have diesel engines in them old CX1s or LX1s, whatever they're called. Alright, they're not on all the time, but you know, because they're classed as public transport, they get a free pass today. But your local plumber who's struggling, well, probably not a plumber struggling, obviously, but your local independent tradesperson who can't or don't want to buy a new van has got to pay 12 quid a day, or 12.50 a day. So far, most of the 2,750 ULEZ cameras have been installed, but hundreds have been cut down by vigilante groups. I can't say I condone that. I understand. The scheme is expected to cost £140 million of taxpayers' money. Well, they're going to make a lot more than that back, aren't they? A lot more than that back. I mean, look at the Dartford Tunnel, for instance. That was supposed to be, or the Dartford crossings in general, was supposed to be free. I hope he turns his motorbike off. Was supposed to be free once it was paid up. Now look, Dartford crossing became permanent back in 2019, despite a previous government promise to drop it once the bridge had been paid for. So yeah, all right, 140 million quid, they're going to make a lot more back. A lot more back than that. And one thing I didn't realise about this extension to the ULEZ is the areas in which it's going to cover. Windy, let me turn around, get out of the wind, there we go. Where are we? I've got a thing here. Tourist hotspots, right? So there's a few here that won't make any, like Wembley, who people drive to. Well, I don't think many people drive to Wembley. There's parking and stuff like that. But Heathrow Airport, the whole of Heathrow is covered by ULEZ. So not only do you have to pay 5 quid to drop someone off, now you may very well have to pay £12.50 a day. Or if you go on holiday and you book the parking, you know, you can book to park up, say in a mid-term car park for your week's holiday somewhere. You're flying out of Heathrow, so you'll have to pay the £12.50 to go in to park your car, and then when you come back off holiday, you've got to pay another £12.50 to pick your car back up. It's a tax on the poorest people. It's a tax on the poorest people. I mean, listed in there as well at Twickenham, Chessington, which I've got to go to in a couple of weeks, but I say I won't have to pay it because my car, I'm lucky enough that I've got a car that isn't affected by it. But it is a tax on the poor. Look at some of the cars. Look at some of the cars that are ULEZ compliant. It's ridiculous. And that Smart, all right, it's not the cleanest Smart, it's quite an old one, but that Smart that we're talking about here has brought me onto this was, what are they, 0.7 or 0.8 litre engines or something. They're crabbing over there, look. This is an Audi RS4 with a 4.2 litre V8, and I believe it was before they put stop-start on them. So with all the London traffic and everything, that's just going to sit there belching out 4.8 V8 litres of filth. Lexuses, they're compatible, or any vehicle built more than 40 years ago, which I find interesting, because who can afford to have lovely classic cars? Oh yeah, the rich people, not us little people. And then look, 12 of the best classic cars to avoid ULEZ charge. You wouldn't believe it, they scroll through it. Right, they're not all picking the flash classic cars, but look, that Smart isn't compatible with ULEZ, but a Lamborghini Countach is. That makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. And I was going through, I found this fun just to go through them earlier. And I found this one. The Mazda RX-8 is ULEZ compatible. It does basically no miles to the gallon with its stupid rotary engine. It doesn't have start-stop because it can't, because it's got a stupid rotary engine. And it's not very clean either, from what I understand. I know because I had one. But no, that's ULEZ compatible. But an old Prius isn't. Guess what else is? A Bentley. A 2004 Bentley. Yeah, that's fine. Have yourself a Bentley. There's the Audis again. It's a tax on the poor. It's a tax on the poor. There's many people out there struggling single parent families, struggling fully complete working families who don't have the money, the means to change car without necessarily getting into debt, if they can afford to take on any more debt, which they shouldn't have to concern themselves with. People just want to go to work, they just want to earn a living, they just want to take the kids to school safely. And now they've got to find the funds to buy a new vehicle. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's just another tax. When is it going to end? When is it going to end? I don't know, maybe I'll start a campaign about fighting the ULEZ on here as well. I mean, I doubt there's huge amounts of people affected. Nothing like the TV licence fee, obviously. But it's, you know, it's hitting the hardest people, like the most struggling people. Yeah, I'm not a rich man by any stretch of the imagination. I do all right. And my little Fiat 500, it's fine. I don't have to pay the ULEZ fee. But my sister, who's struggling a bit, just trying to make ends meet as a small business person, has a small van, so she can go to the cash and carry and whatever she has to do for a small business. And she has to go into Stratford occasionally to get stock for a small business. She's going to have to pay $12.50 a day now. It's not fair. And it's not right. It's just a tax on the poorest. I don't know. Things like that just wind me up. They just wind me up. People are hit hard enough as it is at the minute, aren't they? Let me know your thoughts on it. It's a nice day down here today. Loads of people talking about down here. In the comments. Loads of you. Hang on. Come here. Come here. There you go. Yeah, lots of people asking about down here in the comments. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. That's not just this bit by the quay and the fields over there with the play parks and that in it. It goes right back. There's a splash park and loads of things for the kids and skate parks. It's nice. If you're down this way in Essex, come and have a look. But yeah, let me know what you think about all of this down in the comments below. I'm going to go and get a haircut and a sandwich to cheer myself up, and I'll see you in the next one, whenever that will be. Ta-da!